Hey beacons, welcome again to the Lorry brand. How have you been? How has life been treating you? Have you been having fun? Have you been making memories and fostering connections with your children? At some point in our lives, we take stock, we take inventory, we sit down and reflect on our journey not just as individuals but as parents as it relates to the Lorry brand. We we kind of want to know where we are lagging behind, where we need to step up our game, or where we really need a level up or an upgrade. And that's where reinvention comes in. In today's video, we'll be looking at reinvention. What does it really mean? Why is it so important or necessary? What are the areas where you can reinvent yourself? In what areas can you reinvent yourself? And how can you begin the process? What it means, why it is important or necessary, what areas you can improve on or reinvent in, and then how you can go about the process. Please, if you have not shared this video, if you're coming into this channel for the first time, click the subscribe button so you will not, and then click on the notification bell so you will not miss new episodes weekly. So what is reinvention? Reinvention simply means significant changes or transformations aimed at maybe creating a new or improved identity. Significant changes or transformations aimed at improving or creating a new identity. Where are you on your journey as a parent? Are you a yeller? Are you a screamer? Are you very impatient? Are you intolerable? Are you the lion of the tribe of Judah? As soon as your children hear your car honk, just crawl out of the sitting room and pick up their books and act like they are reading? Are your children daring enough to be authentic while you are there? What is the sound of your voice in their minds? Is it one that encourages them or one that makes them feel really terrible about themselves? Are you verbally or physically abusive? Or do you just need to maybe tweak one thing? Okay, you're giving 80%, you want to maybe upgrade it to 100 or 120%. It must not necessarily be that you are all negative. It may be that there are some areas where your cup is half full or not so full or running over, and you want to top up on. If this any of these description fits you, you're welcome to sit with us throughout the video. I appreciate the time you spend with us here in the Lorry brand. We do not take it for granted at all. So let's dive right in. Now we know what reinvention is: significant changes or transformation aimed at improving your identity or even creating a fresh one entirely. Now, why is it important or necessary? Life is always changing. What brought you here will not take you to your next level. Every single day, your child is growing. It means that the needs your child had when they were two are definitely different when they become 8 or 10 or even adults. So the skill sets you had when you were raising a toddler will not help you raise teenagers or adolescents or even raise adults. So reinvention will have to be a constant part of your parenting journey. Number two, the challenges of reinventing yourself leave you with something exciting to look forward to. Okay, you've set new goals. You need to learn to read. You need to learn to stop yelling. You need to learn to be calmer. You need to learn to rest better. Every time you achieve each new milestone, you are excited. You're more confident in yourself. You grow a better or healthier sense of self-esteem. And is that not a good enough reason on its own to even start the process already? Number three is the satisfaction you get from the upgrade. You look at your life and you are proud of this version of you. Sarah or Glory 2.0 is definitely a better version of 1.0, right? It's just like getting an iPhone 14 when you were using a 13 or a 12 or a 10. There's this excitement that comes with it, knowing that wow, you can now unlock all the features and use all the features that are available on this upgrade or this device. The fourth reason why it is necessary or important to reinvent yourself is that your kids get to watch you in real time change. Yeah, my mommy is very, very amazed. My dad is fabulous, but every single year he's a better version of himself than he was the previous one. Every single day he's putting in efforts to becoming a better parent, a better person. You are giving them a model. You're showing them that they too that they can set goals and achieve them, that they can become. Who says you must be a lawyer all your life? Who says you cannot reinvent your career, even as a parent? Who says you cannot change or overhaul your home as a parent or as a family? You're showing them a blueprint for not living a fixed life, but for having a growth mindset. Now that we know what reinvention is and why it is necessary, in what aspects do you need to reinvent? Now, I like to make our classes very easy, something you can remember with the tip of your finger, of your fingers of your mind. So we're going to just keep it simple. 4 areas. Please, if you haven't shared yet, bring in your friends and loved ones so that they can benefit from the video too. Thank you very much. So let's get in. What areas? Number one is your habits. Old habits die hard, right? Aha. What if these habits are good habits and they can live forever and you can improve upon them every single day? What habits, what limiting beliefs, what negative influences, what negative programming or wrong programming have you been mindset have you been raising your children with? Did you grow up with? Did you pick up as you journeyed through life before you became a parent? You don't know, you don't like reading, excessive eating, you set goals and you don't put in the work to achieve them. There are a lot of habits that you need to maybe cut down on or improve upon, that you need to take inventory of and start drafting the plans towards their reinvention. But two is your routines. What are your goals? What are your plans? Do you have boundaries? Are you a yes man? Everything is yes. You set your goals, you drop your to-do list during the day, and everybody just comes and says, Chukwemeka, can you help me do this? You say yes. Chukwemeka, let's go to the library. You say yes. Every week, because you want to people please, you forget all about what you have, the goals you have set, and then you start pleasing people. Do you reflect and adjust as you go, or you are fixed? Like the dynamics in your life changes, but the dynamics change, but you remain the same. You are like a rock. You are over rocks split sometimes, right? But then you are just fixed like a tree. You neither move. Trees even sway. You are even worse off. Readjust to keep you flexible. You may have set goals for the third quarter to include you learning a particular skill, but before that third quarter, something more pressing came forward. Are you fixed on that particular goal, or will you readjust and recalibrate and get that done? Now, number three is skills. What skill sets do you have? Every single year, we require you to add more tools to your toolbox. Emotional intelligence skills, communication skills, stress and anger management skills, sex education skills, how to bond and connect with your children. There are a lot you will need as time goes on. Remember, the needs of your children change, and then the way you attend to those needs must not be fixed. If not, you would always have issues or challenges. The fourth one will be your associations. Show me your friend and I'll tell you whom you are. You cannot be someone with a growth mindset and be found in the company of people with fixed mindset. They will not just be limiting, they'll guilt you into feeling like you're doing the wrong thing, from wanting to maybe invest in yourself or push yourself to be or do better. You have to sort of surround yourself with people who are heavily invested in becoming better versions of themselves, so that there's this thing called emotion contagion. The rub off on you. Samadeyemi once said that the present of your five closest associations of friends is your future. If all you talk about is TV shows, gossip sites and blogs and all, so how would that really affect your parenting game? Negatively, I suppose. Yes, it's okay to maybe relax and unwind, but if that's all you do, then I'm afraid maybe your life will become a gossip topic too, because you'll not be moving forward, and your children will be growing because their lives are not fixed on one spot, right? They'll keep growing without you growing in the right places. Your associations matter a lot. You need to learn to be assertive. There are times your associations matter a lot. You need to learn to be assertive. There are sometimes you need to say no and mean it. Not because you are being rude to the person who's asking, but because you respect yourself enough to stand up for what you have decided to do and stick with that schedule. Yes, flexibility is okay. There are times where you have key stone activities to do, and then somebody gets in the way. Maybe they are using your leisure time. They are using their leisure time, right, rather to infringe on your busy time. Ask yourself, have you done all the things you need to do, or most of them, to make room for this? Okay, is there time in in the nearest future where you can actually get this done? Are you doing it because it's going to be fun for you, or because you're afraid of hurting the other person? Are you betraying yourself and your authenticity by trying to fit in, by trying to go along? Or are you showing up for yourself and audaciously saying no? You have to be assertive, you have to maintain your boundaries. Be certain, yeah, take it from me. People will push it. But if you show that every single time there's a puppy face or a smiley, and then you say yes, every time you say no, they'll push the boundaries until they break you again and you say yes. So you need to mean what you say and say what you mean. Another reason why your association will be very important for you to change is modeling. They'll rub off on you, like we said about emotion contagion, and then they'll be modeling whatever behavioral traits or programming or patterns from their programming to your children too, because they are close to your family or they are close to you. They'll be by extension close to your family. That auntie that you love, that's a Chidera that you love so much. Hope she's a very great role model for your children. If not, voila, deal. Okay, so now that we've talked about what reinvention is, why it is important and necessary, and the four key areas where it is very, very sacrosanct to reinvent yourself, how then do you do it? You know, a lot of us are quick to say, do this thing, but nobody always tells us how. No, not here at the Lorry brand. Lorry will always tell you how to get things done, okay? Number one will be to set goals. Um, the goals will serve as a guide, what to expect, where to go to. You don't just wake up and say, okay, I have 24 hours to do a lot of things, and then you start gliding by. You lose track. You start binge watching shows on Netflix or mindlessly scrolling on social media because you do not have a game plan. Imagine having a plot of land and there's no plan or draft for the building. You won't even know what to start with or what the house will look like at the end of the day. There'll be no guides, no patterns, no structures, nothing. You definitely will miss it. The second one will be to draw a personal development plan, what I call a PDP, personal. Please, Nigerians, it's not People's Democratic Party. I beg you, we're not doing umbrellas here. Thank you very much. It is personal development plan. I'm saying that so that Amaka behind will listen because she has been chewing gum since and she thinks I'm not saying her. Hey, Laurie, calm down. We're not in the classroom yet. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Okay, back to class. Your personal development plan simply is a plan for what skills you're going to acquire, what new habits you're going to form, the things you're going to learn over time. I personally have decluttered my life to four key areas: myself, my family, okay, myself, my children, my marriage, and my career, the lorry brand. Okay, so anything else that does not fall into those four categories is not from God. I'm sorry. 24 hours is getting too little for me to even show up for these four areas, let alone add more. I don't know if you have the grace to run 12 or 13 or 14. Yes, these four keystone areas or glass balls have multi facets to them, but then having these things in my radar, I'll be on my radar every day. Having these things on my radar every day just helps me focus better, right? I don't know what it is for you. If you are able to, what like Brendan Burchard said, if you are able to simplify your life, if you're able to now live essentially on the simple things that really truly matter, the 20% that give you, yeah, that the 20% that give you 80% of your results, the small hinges that swing the big doors, you'll be living a charged life. If you go on social media, you are looking for things to better these key areas of your life. If any conversation you're having with anyone is not adding value to any of these aspects, you are off. If your friendships or acquaintances or allegiances do not support or improve upon any of your key areas, you're out. Focus just helps your life be better and run smoother, if you ask me. And then the The third one is build a support system. James Clear said, we do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the level of our systems. It's not enough to draw a plan. What I'm learning for the first month or to the 12th, or what I'm learning for each quarter. Do you have the support system in place to make sure that you are on track? Do you have accountability systems or partners that will make sure that you do not fall? No man can travel alone. I don't believe there's any self-made man, because we all learned from the wisdom, from the experience, from the thoughts, actions, and inactions of other people around us. So if you do not have the support system, do not have the plan in place to grow, you definitely will lose it. Imagine that you are planning on going to maybe acquire a PhD outside the country. How can you do it when you have a newborn baby and then nobody to maybe babysit for you while you're in school, or stay with you or stay with the baby at any point in time? Your system must be in place. If not, your goals will just be wishes. All right. And then finally, be very focused. I think, okay, let me just be generous and add a bonus one. Be focused, be monomaniacally focused on the things that actually truly matter. Like I said, declutter your life, take inventory, be true to yourself, look at the mirror, look in the mirror, self-reflect, be self-aware enough to know the things that truly matter to you right now. Take stock of your journey. There'll be time to attend all one bears. There'll be time to show up at all the cell meetings. There'll be time to hang out with 200 friends at the same time, or have multiple events or many parties. But right now, be sincere. Tell yourself the truth. Are you in that place? If you are not, advise yourself now. Please. Please, because your children are very important. They should always take the front burner when you're making any decision in any area of your life. The bonus, like I said, I'll add is consistency. Be very consistent. Don't show up today. Okay, you said you would pray with the children 7 times a week. You prayed on Monday and then it's the next week Saturday. Try and be consistent. If your schedule will not permit you to do daily, don't kid yourself. Don't put yourself under unnecessary pressure. Show up 3 times a week. If my schedule at any point does not permit me to shoot videos or upload videos weekly, I'm sorry. I love you guys a lot, but my allegiance, like I said, I know where they lie. I know where my focus is at every turn of the way. I may now do twice a month and be consistent with shooting videos or uploading videos twice a month. If my schedule or journey permits once a month, I cannot love you more than I love myself now, she. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. We are quick to throw away our goals, throw away what we want in order to please people, in order to show up, in order to make it look like, oh my God, we're doing it, we're wearing all our hats well. Focus. Let your priorities be what will set pace for what your schedule will be, and let your schedule help you guide your actions. We've talked about what reinvention is, why it is important and necessary, the key areas where you need to reinvent yourself. Talk about your habits, your skills, your associations, and your routines. And then we talked about how to reinvent yourself. Set your goals, draw a personal development plan, and work towards achieving your goals 1% every day. And then by the rule of compound effect, all your work and effort will compound, and then you will be shocked where you'll be in a month, 6 months, and even 1 year. And then imagine how much the multiplier effect this will have, 1% we have in 5 years. In 5 years, we've talked about we also talked about being focused. Focus on your focus, please. Focus, like focus. There's this focus song. This the one artist, I can't remember the name of the artist. There's this head movement, Nigeria vibes and party one bad people. You know the song. Like focus, just focus. Let what's in front of you be in front of you. My mom used to say, cover your left face like this, put your hands like this. Don't look to the left or look to the right. If you are unstable in your ways, if you dilly dally, if you are easily blown away, you'll find out that a lot of things, you will not achieve your goals, not because you are not capable, not because you do not have what it takes, but because you've not disciplined yourself enough to focus on what is important. Nobody is going to set the rules for you. You are not going to follow my plan for myself or for my life. Our fight is different. So look at your life, self-reflect, be self-aware enough, be true to yourself enough to know where you need to focus on, and by all means, Focus, all right? Because the people you're trying to please, when anything happens to you today, after a moment's silence, I'm sorry, I already cried, it's you. Don't look past you now. Of course, unless of course you did great things like mad things. You'll be forgotten in no time. Or you'll be remembered as that person was always kind to everybody or forgot about himself. What my mom says about such person, she should say, don't be a needle that is busy sewing other people's holes but forgets the hole in its butt. Don't be a needle. When you think about focus and saying no or being assertive, don't remember the wise words from my mom. Oh my gosh, my mom had is it a quote now say or a proverb for everything, like almost everything. For borrowing, she will tell you, he who goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing. She put the fear of God in me when it comes to borrowing. I can't borrow anything from you, I'm sorry. I'll just keep hearing her voice in my head. He who goes a borrowing goes a sorrowing. So don't be a needle. Don't go about fixing the holes in other people's butt and forget about the hole in yours, okay? Um, have you liked this video? Have you shared it with your loved ones? Come on now. Have you subscribed? Don't keep us as your best kept secret, okay? Please go ahead and subscribe. I will end this video by saying that reinvention is a journey, is a process. It's not something you just do once, like it will come at every block in your time. Only you will know when it's time to move things around. Only you know when it's time to redecorate your house or to maybe trim your flowers or plant new ones. Only you must be self-aware and be brave enough, courageous enough to take these steps. Have people who are rooting for you, who believe in you even more than you do, so that when the lines are getting blurry and you're getting scared, they will cheer you on and push you back. All right, have incubators in your life. I've been blessed to have some on my journey so far, and I'm not emphasizing it enough when I say you will need incubators. Incubators are people that make sure that when you're running out, like the mother hen sits on the eggs to incubate them, right? When one is crawling out, she roll it back in. When the heat is too hot, even when it's scorching, so that they'll follow the entire 21 or how many days process, because the one that crawls away will get deformed because he ran away from the heat. So if you have incubators or mentors or coaches in your life, you'll have no idea how very blessed you are. Subscribe so that together I had this written down because it kind of sets the tone for me as to what we stand for in the Lorry brand, so that we can spread hope. Hope that things can still be turned around no matter how bad they have gotten or they get. Peace, because knowledge brings light and with it direction. We are here with you every step of the way, remember? And then faith, confidence that excellence in parenting is an achievable feat, because we give you clues on how to get there. We don't just say be focused, we teach you how to. We don't just say be excellent, we teach you how to. It's a privilege and an honor to be going on this parenting towards excellence journey with you. We do not take for granted the time, the effort, the resources, and energy you spend in watching every of our videos and sharing us with your friends and your circle or members of your circle. Thank you so much for sticking it out with us till the end of this video. Remember, you are loved, you're cherished, we're rooting for you, and live the rest of your life as the best of your life. Thank you very much.